Hey, what's up, guys? We're going to dive right into a message for the Divine Feminine Collective. And I feel like this is just a loving, gentle reading that's coming through. I want to talk about what the Divine Masculine loves about you, because the energy I'm picking up in the air is they're in love. I mean, they're in love with your feminine energy. It's warm, it's pure. And a big word I've been getting is like your honesty just kind of throws them off sometimes, like how honest you are. And I feel like a lot of them are really drawn to the way that you speak so honestly, especially about the way that you may feel about them, or they observe that you don't hold back. And maybe you don't, Divine Feminine, because I'm hearing the words life is short, or many of you might just have this way about you where it's like life is too short to really hold back and not speak your truth. And I feel like they're just in awe of this energy. It is just hypnotizing. It is mesmerizing. For some of them, it could be really triggering as well, because you really know what to say to this Divine Masculine, okay? I feel like many of you have this beautiful gift of insight. And yes, many of you may help others, but the person that you help most with your insight is your counterpart, okay? Whoever this Divine Masculine is, I feel like just simple conversations with them, some of the truths that you're able to see and reveal without them having to say much, has really captured their heart, okay? So I'm going to dive in. I'm going to cut this deck in half, and we'll see what the main energy is around how it is they see you at this time. Okay, so Butterfly Maiden, transformation. Okay, so you could be initiating a transformation within this Divine Masculine. I'll see what the message is here. You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. Okay, so they could be triggered because you're initiating some kind of transformation within them, or they could be just... Is enamored a word? Enamored by you? I'm just picking up on that. They're enamored by you. It's like you make them want stability. They could feel like they're on top of the world. Like the butterfly energy is about like getting ready to soar, right? Because for me, butterfly represents the death cycle, because of how they go from just being in that cocoon and maybe thinking in their heads like, what the hell just happened? Is it all over? And then they emerge as this beautiful butterfly, just even better than they expected. Like things are getting better than they expected. That is how I think that they see you, is just every time that they maybe connect with you or they're with you, they have this opportunity to experience great transformation, okay? Another message too I'm getting with your Divine Masculines is like spiritual transformation or spiritual maturity, where they're finding that like they want different things than they did back then. Your energy makes them feel family. I guess that's the best way I can put it. You make them feel like family, or you make them want a family. And this in itself could be very triggering, because I feel like maybe some of them, they don't feel like they're either ready for that. Like there's something about the collective of Divine Masculines as well, or a portion of them that are really just kind of in this lone wolf energy. They really didn't think that they were going to find anybody that would trigger this kind of transformation, where they went from seeing life as something to just get through versus something to just enjoy and live. And you're their focus, like you're their purpose. I'm feeling a song synchronicity. I just can't think of it. And I think it's one we've talked about in the last little while. I'll try to post it in the comments if I remember. But like, I'm just feeling that. Like you are their purpose. You're something to live for. You're something to believe in. That's what it is. That song's been coming up a lot. Your touch is like my therapy. Your touch is like my therapy. I was something to believe in. I keep saying I'm going to post it, guys, and then I keep forgetting. But anyways, that's the song that I'm getting. It's like your touch is like my therapy. It's like your therapy makes them kind of just clear things up, or your energy. Okay, your energy could be like therapy. It's like just you listening to them. You know, a lot of the times they say when somebody has a problem, just oftentimes just a listening ear helps them to figure things out. or like, let's say, for example, you're talking to someone and they tell you a problem, and oftentimes like you just repeat whatever they said, and then they're like, yeah, exactly, and like they kind of, and literally you didn't do anything, you just validated what they said. That's what I feel like is happening here with this transformation, is that you have a way of validating this divine masculine's experiences. It's like they go from seeing the world as like gray to now like they can create, or they can transform, or they're out of it. They're out of this kind of matrix world where everything has to be routine and structured. That's what it is. Like, your feminine energy is bringing creativity to this divine masculine's world. It's bringing about balance, because their world has been gray because it's been so demanding. And here you come in like this beautiful butterfly or kind of fairy-like energy, just letting them know, like, it doesn't have to be that hard. And they're looking at you like, yeah, I can see that. Okay, and what you don't realize, divine feminine, is like, now life is not hard, because just your energy alone makes them feel like there's something to believe in, like there's magic out there. Okay, you make them want to spring out of bed in the morning. Okay, just who you are, your light, the fact that you connect with them, the fact that you love them. Okay, and there's a lot of the divine feminines as well. You guys are really bossing up in the collective, and because I'm getting the words proud. Let's pull another goddess card. They feel really proud of you, or they feel really proud of everything that you stand for. Like, in the past, if this is a divine masculine who was stuck in the matrix world before this kind of transformation energy, they might have like not wanted to have any associations with you, or to say that they know you, or they could have been denying this connection or denying that they know you. But I feel like now they want to scream out to the world, like, that's my baby, like, look at my baby. Because many of you, again, you're experiencing a lot of abundance. That's your gift, divine feminine. Okay, that's what a lot of people are starting to realize on this journey, especially the karmics. Okay, and I know that many of you have been through hell and back in some of these karmic situations where you have been made a fool of, divine feminine. People definitely made a fool of you, talked about you, might have gossiped about you, or just like, you know, you might have been the laughing stock of, you know, some conversations behind closed doors. Okay, sorry to say. Okay, but I feel like you guys don't even care anyway, because, you know, just that kind of boss energy within you now. It's like, you know what, if people aren't talking about me, you know, then I'm doing something wrong, right? Because a lot of you have, I think, slowly started to recognize your gifts, your power, by you having that beautiful divine goddess confidence. Like, a lot of your divine masculines, they wish they could shout out to the world that it's like, that's my twin flame. You were once ridiculed, and they once thought of like, you're crazy. Like, now they want to shout it out to the world, that's my twin flame. That's the message I'm getting here, divine feminine. Okay, we have compassion. Release judgments about yourself and others, and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. And I feel like that's what many of you did. Like, when many of you were made a fool of or a mockery of, a lot of you didn't really like do anything to fight back. I think that you just stayed focused on your truth, because you see, your truth represented your connection to source. So how are you going to choose people who are making a mockery of you over your connection to source? Many of you started to believe that, you know, this journey is in fact something that you were destined to experience, because you started to see the synchronicities. Guys, by starting to see this, like, okay, what I'm seeing is like the naysayers are here, and you guys know your truth. And instead of choosing to listen to the naysayers, many of you, they were calling you crazy for like picking up feathers off of the ground, or like reading angel numbers, or you know, like you would see a cloud in the shape of an angel, and you'd be like, look, do you guys see that? Does anybody see this? And people would just kind of be like, yeah, sure. Sure, we see it. And then they would go and like laugh at you behind your back. But what I'm seeing now, divine feminine, is a lot of people have no choice but to release these judgments of you, because now they're starting to see that you are tapping in. You were tapping into source. Each time you guys took the time out of your day to explore a synchronicity, you know, you might have, you know, been walking in a crowd, everybody chit-chatting, and you might have seen something, and people would be like, come on, what are you doing? And you'd be like, hang on, I need to take a picture of something. I need to look into this. And people would be like, oh, she's crazy. Like, I feel like that really paid off, because now a lot of people are starting to see like you're fiercely protected by Source. You have this beautiful connection. Anything you guys need, Source will provide it to you. You have people are looking at your ability to be able to connect with the universe in ways like a different language. Okay? You speak a different, you know how the people will have like a different dialect, a different accent as you speak a different language. You have like this whole different way that you communicate with the universe. And I feel like those same people that might have been making a mockery of you or laughing at you, they're really now just wishing that they had the ability to have that kind of communication with Source, because now many of you know how to use it to manifest. And people are not laughing anymore because they're seeing your abundance, right? Now they're starting to look at you like you have gifts. Oh my God, spiritual gifts are actually real, right? And including a lot of your divine masculines as well, which is why a lot of them aren't afraid to go into this transformation anymore. Another thing too that's been coming up is like pentacles. A lot of your divine masculines were out here in the physical world and they were following a lot of these karmic energies, guys. Okay? And I feel like that's why you guys are being called to release these judgments, because it's like, it's a karmic world. It's a karmic world we live in. It's a Coco world. It's a karmic world we live in. So I feel like a lot of your divine masculines before this transformation really just heavily rooted into the 3D, and pentacles was a big thing, right? I feel like divine feminine, before you went through your transformation, the same transformation that many of your divine masculines may be slowly embarking on now, people really looked at you and harshly judged you. A lot of you came from nothing, so to speak, right? It's not like you came from situations where you you had money or your parents had money. Maybe your parents had to work really hard. Maybe you guys know the struggle or you know the hustle. You guys have like good street smarts, right? And that's why you guys are successful today, because it's like you know how to get around and you know how to communicate with people and you know how to have compassion. And because you know how to have compassion, you can be successful in every single area and walks of life, right? Many of you as well have like a spiritual team that was designed to like move with you invisibly to make sure that you are getting your spiritual work done. Okay? And for a lot of you, I feel like now a lot of these people who like they chose to laugh at you, whatever the case is, many of you may not know, but it's like they wish that they could reach out to you for wise counsel or wise advice, or even for you to put them on this transformation path here. Okay? But you're glowing at this time, and I feel like for a lot of you, you're getting your justice. Okay? And I see that through the abundance that many of you have now, because like people harshly misjudged you for having nothing. And I feel like now, like when people look at you, the same people who looked at you for having nothing, many of you most likely have more than them now. And it's just happened within like, not overnight, but it's just happened within like a short transformative period. Like I feel like many of you got hold of something, went underground, really diligently worked on it, and now you're experiencing success. Okay? And another message I'm getting for the Divine Feminine Collective is like, what's really attractive about you is like your hard work. Okay? You don't say no to hard work. Okay? Some of you could be fixed signs out there as well, where it's like, just shit doesn't bother you. Like, especially work, like you'll grind it out, like you'll do whatever it is you have to do. I'm also seeing too for many of you, like there's been a lot of spiritual attacks on like your finances and your motivation and ambition to like create and take care of yourself. But I'm also hearing that like that's just temporary, like the blocks that people have tried to throw your way. And I feel too like the same people that might have been mocking you, they could have been the same ones wanting you to fail, because I feel like they were laughing at you and then they went through a period of panic because it was like they didn't believe in what you were doing. They might have even poked fun at it or your business idea or whatever it was. And then many of you just kind of learned to keep things quiet. You learned to just work underground, just be quiet about your stuff. Just work hard and be quiet about it, you know? So I feel like a lot of you started experiencing losses or just fatigue, or right when you were just trying to get into that upward motion, because people were sending you a lot of bad energy. And the reason is because, oh my God, they were going to feel so embarrassed that they made a mockery of you, and now you're about to excel. And not only that, but it's also pushing them to do more in their own lives. You know what I mean? Like, that's what many of you trigger people to do. People have so many judgments about themselves, and they find themselves comparing themselves to you constantly. Okay? And this is also a lot of your people in your divine masculine's life as well, that I feel really had a lot of laughs about you, and now I feel like they're embarrassed. Like, it's like they can't help but look at you, but at the same time, it's like really embarrassing and triggering to watch your trajectory. It's an interesting word to come up, but I feel like that's what it is. Like, many of you are on this like trajectory of just like this upward motion, and you know, I feel like your divine masculines are like, screw everybody, like I'm going in that direction of wherever my divine feminine is going. Because again, time and time again, many of you, it doesn't matter what people try to do to like hold you down or convince your own counterpart, the person that you're supposed to feel this balance with, this chemistry, this passion, this love. There's been so many people trying to intervene and cause like a muddy scene, okay, for you two not to be able to see each other clearly. But I feel like time and time again, a lot of you, you've been sent like special gifts or special things, or like a certain abundance or certain experiences to happen in your life to show people that they have no control over your destiny with their thoughts, with their bad thoughts or their bad eye. Okay, many of you are this is being acknowledged in this reading for you not to worry. Divine Feminine, continue what you continue to do. Like, release judgments that people have over you. Like, that's just eating away at your energy to continue to excel. Because the reason people don't want you going on this motion is because you're pulling your masculine up with you. Okay, and by pulling them up with you, they lose alignment with all of these other people who may be draining them for time, energy, resources. Your masculines have a really powerful magnetic energy, eh? But at the same time, it's very vulnerable. Okay, they could have really big hearts, and it's just like you, right, Divine Feminine? Like, you're very empathic, and it's very easy for you to attract people who really desire healing, and they can kind of latch on to you. But many of you also have a lot of spiritual protection around you. But for your Divine Masculine, I feel like you are their spiritual protection. So, like, many of them, as they ascend, like, you know, don't be surprised if, again, a lot of you are experiencing a lot of those attacks. It's like, stay in your own lane. Don't let it affect you, because again, the more that you go up, the more that they can't help but just follow. It's like you're a bright light, you're a bright star. Okay, they're willing to come to the table and do a lot of this transformation because, you know, there's something about you that screams like, I want that success as well. Okay, so all right, that was a long message there. I didn't think that was 18 minutes in, but yeah, I don't know, Divine Feminine, whoever you are, beautiful reading for you. Okay, if you guys want to dig deeper, check out the links in my bio to Hipsy, join my community there. It's free to join, and you guys will get updates about any time I go live or whenever I have promotions about my personal services. I also offer private sessions where you guys can reach me one-on-one through either phone call or chat by text, okay? And I also have the membership section if you guys want to check out some extended readings that are a little bit more on the sensual side. All right, until then, I'll catch you guys in the next reading. Bye.